Well, hi everyone, it's Tim Topham here again for my third Facebook Live all about lead sheets. So I'm really excited to see who's going to be turning up today. Do say hello whenever it is that you pop in and let me know where you are in the world. And if you're watching the replay too, remember, more than happy to answer any questions or comments that you've got as well. So just a couple of minutes before we kick off officially, I'll let some other people join in as time permits. I just wanted to let you know too that this is the third part in this three-part series, as I said, on Facebook Live about lead sheets, and I've been covering my 9 reasons why lead sheets are essential in the piano studio. And if you are a follower of the blog, you will have realised that I actually put out the full 9 in a blog post this week. It's quite a long blog post. Here it is on my app. If you haven't got my app yet, then this is what it actually looks like. And might be a great way for you to check that out. So that's my 9 reasons why playing lead sheets is essential for piano students. Full outline of my thinking around that. If you'd like to get the app and you haven't got that already, then just head to your app store, Google or Apple, and just type in Tim Topham. You'll be able to find that. Great to see Jacqueline here. Hey there, from Napa, California. What a fantastic region of the world. Totally love the wines from there. Okay, now in other news, just quickly, we had the podcast last week was all about Instagram, using Instagram in your studio. It went off. It's been very, very popular, so that's a topic that we might need to come back to. Dawn Ivers was my guest, and she gave away lots of great ideas on that. Again, just access that through my app. And this week, I'm very excited to be releasing a conversation all about hiring a teacher. So for those of you who have a waiting list or are getting close to having one, and you're interested in cutting down your teaching hours, then hiring a teacher is a brilliant idea, and it's actually not as hard or as terrifying as you might first think. So I've got a great young guest on who has decided to go down this path, reduce her teaching hours, hand over some students to another teacher and train her up as well. So that is coming out this Friday, Eastern time. So look out for that as well. All right. So as I said, today is all about lead sheets. It's the third in my 3-part series. I'm actually going to be doing 3 things today with you. So get ready. I'm going to cover my last 3 reasons why lead sheets are essential. That's going to be really, really quick. I'm going to be giving away another freebie. So my freebie today, if you haven't seen this, then this is a fantastic, this is my most popular free download. It's my top 10 pop songs for piano students, and I've completely updated it just in the last little while. So even if you've got an earlier copy of this, I'll show you very, very soon, but we've now got full notation and instructions and chord charts. It's unbelievable. I'll show you that later on, and I'll tell you exactly how to grab it. And finally, I'm going to talk to you very quickly about my next free online training seminar, which is actually going to be held this week. And I'm joining this guy who's going to be live at the piano to talk lead sheets in far more depth. This, of course, is Forrest Kinney, the person behind these books, Chord Play, Pattern Play. You might have seen them. You might have used them, in fact. Puzzle Play, Create First. He's got so many books out there. He's going to be joining us, and I can't wait to be spending an hour with both him and you guys later on this weekend. So I'll tell you exactly how to grab that in a moment. Good to see Sue as well. Thank you, Sue. Nice to see some familiar faces. Do say hi when you log in. All right, very quickly, my last 3 reasons why lead sheets are essential. So this would be number 987 in the list, is that it leads on really well to jazz. And I don't know about you, but quite a few of my students have wanted help being able to approach jazz, and particularly when they get asked if they're at a school with a jazz program, could you play keys in the jazz band? And it's like, where do I even start? Because all of that will be lead sheet based, well, predominantly. So it's a great way to give students the background they need to be able to understand the concepts around reading a jazz chart, because they're written in the same way. They're all lead sheets. So I think that's another good reason why lead sheets are something that I focus on in lessons, and I would encourage other teachers to as well. Reason number 8 is that it deepens understanding of music. And for those of you who have seen me speak or watched other webinars, particularly when it's about me talking about pop music, you'll know that I'm a big believer in the power of chords and harmony to deepen students' understanding of the music that they're learning and to improve their music reading. But I think this idea of just deepening the understanding around music is really important. And it's the kind of thing whereby when students understand that a 12-bar blues has a certain chord progression, they can start seeing that chord progression in other music that they're learning. They start making connections. Connections like that deepen their understanding. Perhaps they can make a connection between a 4-chord pop song and Pachelbel's Canon. More connections, more deeper understanding of how music's constructed. So that's my reason number 8. And finally, reason number 9, it's fun. It's an easy way to add creativity to your lesson, and it's fun for the students and hopefully fun for you as teachers as well. And the great thing is that while some aspects of creativity that I talk about are a little bit more challenging, because I don't use any music, for example, and it's just like, well, hey, let's play some blues or let's improvise today. At least with a lead sheet, you've got something to base your creative work with your student on, and I think that's a great bonus as well. So there you go. There are my 9 essential reasons why I think lead sheets are so important in students' lessons. All right. So now I would absolutely love to give you a quick outline of the webinar that's coming up this weekend. So it's part of the release of a course called Taking the Lead, Lead Sheets from Lesson 1, that Forrest has created as part of my Inner Circle Academy. And Forrest, he actually has created this course sitting at the piano like this, demonstrating, and I don't know if you've heard him play, but he's amazing, literally one of the best pianists I've heard. So demonstrating things, challenging teachers to ask questions and try things out if they haven't done it before. So as part of that, we're running a webinar on this weekend. So it's called Taking the Lead, How to Play and Teach Lead Sheets with Confidence, and it's with Forrest Kinney. It's going to be held, if you're in the United States, on Sunday, depending on which part of the United States you are, between about 3 p.m. and 6 or 7 p.m. If you're in the United Kingdom, it's going to be quite late for you. I do apologise. It's going to be a midnight one, so you might need a coffee or maybe a glass of wine for that one. And here in Australia is 8 a.m. and if you're in Hong Kong, Singapore and Perth, it'll be 6 a.m, so a bit of an early one. But we're getting together to really unpack this whole idea about lead sheets, how they work, and exactly what you can do to get started with this approach to teaching in your studio. And more importantly, perhaps, if you're unfamiliar with being able to play lead sheets yourself, or you've never really felt confident, even if you've been dragged into playing worship music for your church, but you're really not sure, then let us give you a little bit more confidence around what you can do with this. So that's the webinar. It's coming up this weekend, and I can't wait to share all those ideas with you in a real step-by-step kind of format, and also give you, of course, some freebie downloads. So if you're interested in that webinar, just head to timtopham.com/webinar. Really easy. And we'll also send you guys a link if you've downloaded any of the free resources from any of these Facebook Lives. All right, speaking of free resources, you know how I love giving away these kinds of things. So today's free resource is called My Top 10 Pop Songs for Beginner Piano Students. And I just absolutely love this for students of all ages and abilities, because you can approach it in a whole lot of different ways. So I'm not going to go through every one of these, but I'll just give you a quick outline of the first one as an example here. So this is the first one on the list, Let It Be by the Beatles. I mean, even for students who are under 10, they seem to know Let It Be by the Beatles, and if they don't, they can pick it up pretty quickly. So what you get in this download is you get a notated score for the first few bars of the piece. You get a chord chart, you can see that underneath, and you also get a lyric chart with chords above. And in the blue box, my instructions about how I approach teaching it, why I've chosen this piece, and so forth. So for a piece of music like this, for you, if you want some reference, you could look at the notation. But really for students, I'm looking at the chord grid here, or the singing song lyric notation. So for something like Let It Be, it's a great one because it's in the key of C major and it doesn't use many chords at all. We've got C chord, D, A minor, and F. you can use this resource in a whole lot of different ways. You could have students sing to it, you could have them play the chords, you could have them try different left-hand patterns. And of course, last week on the Facebook Live, I gave away this, which was my left-hand patterns and styles guide. So you've got everything you need for being able to realise these lead sheets, except, of course, some tips and tricks, and that's what we're going to be showing you this weekend. And let me show you, what have we got? Number 2, we've got Lean On Me. Fun to play, songs that students and teachers alike really enjoy. So I'll show you just a couple more of those, but in the meantime, if you would like to grab that free download, then all you need to do is type the word free pop and make that one word, free pop, pop it down below in the comments, and we'll be able to send that out to you straight away. So the 10, of course, it's hard to choose just 10 pop songs, right, that I think are really good to teach students. So, you might have others that you would like to use, but I think these all have great merit, and they're all really appealing for students. So number 3, for example, is Mad World. You'll recognise that one. So, If that's of interest to you and you would like to use some of these things with your students, then make sure you just free pop into the comments and you'll be able to grab that. We'll send it through to you. Here's Hallelujah, of course, absolute classic. And again, for each piece, you've got some instructions on how I approach it, what key I'm going to play it in, why I've chosen that song, some apps you can use to play along. I absolutely love using this with adult students too. So if you've got adult beginners, then jumping into some chords and playing songs that are familiar to them is one of the best ways to go by far. So I hope you enjoy that. You can find out more about my approach to pop music at timtopham.com/pop if you'd like to read more and you haven't been to one of my webinars or online training or even my live trainings about it. Something that I really do enjoy talking about because it's a great inroad for students to deepen their understanding and understand chords, in particular chords and harmony. So I hope that's been helpful today. Again, if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up or a heart, or feel free, of course, to share this. And I cannot wait to be hanging out with you and also with Forrest this weekend at our free online seminar. So if you want to sign up for that, timtopham.com/webinar. We'll get you onto the list. There will be a replay if you are in Europe and it's going to be 1 a.m. or midnight. Then there will be a replay sent out for 48 hours to everyone who is registered, but you need to be registered for it, of course. If you've downloaded any of these resources, we'll ping you on Facebook Messenger to let you know how you can sign up as well and to send you some reminders that the webinar is coming up. So really looking forward to spending some time with you then. I know Forrest is really excited about it as well. It's going to be great fun. There's already over 700 people registered and we're still probably 5 days out, I think. So it's going to be a big one and very popular and absolutely full of great ideas for you. So I hope that helps. If you'd like that free download, just type free pop, one word. And thank you very much for all of those who have joined me today. I can see Sue, Svetlana, Kathy. Really great to see you guys today, and looking forward to again catching up with you this weekend. So until then, I will sign off, and thank you very much for being a part of this little 3-part series all about lead sheets. I hope it's given you some new ideas, and we will go into much more depth on the webinar this weekend. Until then, see you soon.